Namaskaram, namaste, let's get it. Upward spiral gang, may we never be the same again. Here we are once again, and we are back. I am Uncle Makara, all relations. Let's get started today. Tap in, okay, hit that like and subscribe button. You already know what to do, okay? Today is day 4 of Social September, okay? And this morning in the gym, I was feeling much more comfortable being my shamanic self. I was doing mudras, I was, humming, chanting, I was trying to adjust my energetic signature and light body as I was between reps. So it was an interesting process, and I can break down some of the few things that I did, but that's for the adepts. Okay, let's get started today for this. Okay, this is your movie because nobody can play you. Okay, if you had some actor playing your movie, if you had Tom Cruise playing you, right, it wouldn't be a dope movie. Why? Because it'd be like Tom Cruise's interpretation of you, right? Sort of like Tupac in real life, and then the guy who played Tupac, who kind of looks like Tupac, was the actor who played him in the movie, right? So you got to understand this concept first when it comes down to socializing. This is your movie. You are the movie director, you are the actor, you're the set and sound design, you are the lighting, you are the mood, you're the backstage, you are the um camera, you are the everything, okay? Everything and nothing at the same time. So when you move in this world and you see somebody frustrating you, you understand that it's a projection from your own internal belief systems or something that is off. So I've realized this within myself. I used to have this big belief about, light creating more resistance or more shadow. Like if I shine in my light or my power, then others are going to get triggered. There probably is a inner belief that when I stand in my power, I trigger others or I push people away or something like that, right? That's why you're getting that resistance. Now, this is not a general rule, but what I have noticed is there are certain things for us to explore when it comes down to our internal world, okay? Darkness does not mean malignant, okay? It just means not yet illuminated. So you got to understand that if you're feeling dark, if you're feeling lower vibration, you're just not yet illuminated. And once you get illuminated and you have that Holy Spirit flowing through you, right? First you have the devil, right? You are so wicked. I know all the bad things that you do. You stay up late at night and do all this stuff. It's so pathetic, man. That's that voice, right? That's making you feel worse. That's making you feel bad. The Holy Spirit within you knows, yeah, but I can repent, motherfucker. You can't, right? I can ask for forgiveness. I can change my vibration. I'm a shaman. I'm a ninja. I'm a warrior. Okay, I'm not playing by the dimensions of this earthly realm, this Terran ecosystem. What the fuck, right? I'm creating my own lore. I'm lore maxing the fuck out of my life. Why? Because I love it. I chose this path. Therefore, I shall suffer whatever consequence I have to suffer in order to unwind and revitalize myself. Okay, I'm already cooking. I just gotta point this out. I chose this as the background. This is Pamas and Baba's form, one of them, Yab Yum form, where he becomes I forget his name, Dorje something. Okay. Guru Soke Dorje. Okay. Soke Dorje. And this idea of Heroes Gamos, Animus, Anima, Shiva, Shakti came up again because this plays into the way that we communicate, with ourselves and others. So I get inspired by seeing a woman and, her in her divine feminine and Shakti. It gives me life force energy as a man and it moves me forward. I get replenished by it, feels soft, receptive, feminine, and it's positive, right? And also the women in my life probably needs my assertiveness, sometimes the objective truth, my powerful nature, my being honorable, being wise, right? And this is what I want to show you guys because I found this through Mathis the Adept. He shared this with me the other day. It's a great, this is too good to not share with the community, Mathis. This is like, man, next level. Okay. So let's see here. Okay. I'm just gonna share this with the tribe, okay? I'll be right with you. I'll be right with you. Okay. So share. Don't need sound for this, but whatever. Um, okay. Can you guys see this? Hear this? Let me know. Okay. Let me know, let me know, let me know. All right, cool. So let's get started. Let's get started. Thank you for the like. Appreciate that. Let's get started. So animus and anima in everyday life, right? Anima and animus in everyday life. Anima, the positive traits, if you notice here, patient, compassionate, tender, nurturing, intuitive, life-giving. I love that one. Loving and considerate. Now the shadow traits, moody, uncertain, vain, catty, insecure, hypersensitive. Now look, we know guys like this too, right? There's not only feminine traits, the anima is actually in the male and the animus is in the female. Okay. This is what they believed, guys. Okay. Jung believed and so forth. So this is powerful to understand because both of these energies are within us. And I think of course, we're not trying to just create some kind of a false dichotomy here, right? Because both of these work together. They're complementary like yin and yang, right? And so we got to use this energy to amplify ourselves and move us forward. Let's read the animus. Animus says it is assertive, thoughtful, rational, powerful, courageous, objective, honorable, wise. Okay? Really feel into this. This is that masculine energy. Okay? Assertive, thoughtful, rational, powerful, courageous, objective, honorable, wise. Fantastic, right? Ruthless, opinionated, destructive, brutal, reckless, cold, right? There's ways to transmute this, okay? There are ways to turn from ruthless to much more assertive, or being opinionated to being thoughtful or rational, right? There's ways to shift out of being brutal to having a primal wilderness about you, right? You let the storm sit in the background and let it ride your life forward. So that's amazing. I'll get to your question in a second, Iraj. So anima and animus. Okay, now we have this understanding. Positive anima, positive animus. Negative anima, negative animus. Now, once you recognize some of these negative traits within yourself, you feel insecure, you feel destructive, feel cold at times, you feel that harmonic kind of coldness energy, like just do it, just get it done, just and in this submission. Instead of playing with it, instead of being more open, right? Being more open to what could possibly be happening, right? So I brought this up because your soul already knows, right? The geography of your destiny. We don't need to like micromanage our higher selves. There's no way that we're going to start doing that. The main thing that we have to start doing is stopping to judge ourselves and letting unconditional love emerge. So you got to start by just looking yourself in the mirror and going, I love you no matter what, motherfucker. I love you no matter what. No matter what happens. This is not some transactional ATM relationship with myself. What the fuck? This is that unconditional divine love. You have to listen to yourself and be walking gods. Walk as gods among them, but mere mortals do not judge them. Okay, as Mathis would say. So this is so powerful because You have to let love guide you, not the fear to guide you. A lot of us, we let fear guide us, and then we end up in a negative circumstance because we're being guided by the fear. The egregore of fear is pulling you along rather than the egregore of love, right? Love needs courage. That's how it shifts the balance, you see. SLW was asking about pride. I told him, look above pride, which is courage. How to overcome pride, you get courageous, you get more brave, you start taking action on things that maybe are a little bit terrifying or a little bit you're hesitant towards, but you keep doing it. You keep adjusting your sails, you're meditating, you're sun gazing, you're not idolizing celebrities, you're doing good, right? A lot of you're honoring nature, you're introducing harmonious tones, you know, into your day, into your frequency, into your life. You're learning to speak to yourself with love, not hate. And the first thing you got to do when you wake up is just say thank you. That's it. That's how you start this ripple effect. You go for a walk and you say thank you, and you do a gratitude walk and a gratitude pissing in the toilet and a gratitude, walking around the house pacing on a phone call, a gratitude sun gazing, sunbathing, right? A gratitude message that the sun has for me every single day, right? There's some kind of a message from the sun. Go and get it. Go and get those sun codes, those downloads. Get out of your room, away from artificial lights. If you use your phone a lot, put a quartz crystal at the back of your phone. Okay, this is very powerful. Takes away some of those negative influences. Also, I noticed that Quadable also introduced a frequency that was like elite mind control detox, which I thought was pretty epic way to sum it up. Okay. Yeah, you gotta detox from all that, imagery and all that stuff, gotta detox from it. Limit how much time you're on the phone. Surround yourself in environments that are good for your emotional health and your well-being. Listen to the sounds of nature. I'm not just talking about like, a brushing of a stream. I'm talking about like storms. Get yourself to tap into rustling of the leaves or the caw of a crow or the shamanic drums that puts you into a good feeling of an ancestral connection to yourself, perhaps. Maybe you could just hug someone. Maybe you can, stop counting yourself out and start counting yourself in for a change, right? A lot of the times we count ourselves out. We're like, yeah, I can't do it, pick last on the team or whatever, that mentality. But then we have to adjust and understand that, man, I'm here to remember that I am the power, right? The power is not outside of me. Everyone seeks power out externally. That's what gets them caught up in this conundrum. Inner power that all the rishis, mystics, sages that they go towards, right? That's the power that you want to understand. And they also eat to live, right? They don't live to eat. They're not like, yeah, have a good meal or whatever, but intermediate fasting, I'd say, autophagy is also a good one because you get back into your divine blueprint, right? Sometimes I skip breakfast most days, and I'm fine with uh TMAD, okay? TMAD. Black tourmaline can help neutralize electromagnetic radiation from electronic devices, says Claudia. Great. Yeah, black tourmaline is epic. Epic. And understand this is a black mirror, right? By the way, this is how Tezcatlipoca speaks to you. It's through a black mirror. Um, Ryan G, I hope you're listening. Okay. All right, let's get tapped in, guys. So let's go through some of these questions. So Tetsuo says, bro, how do I deal with people in corporate workforce? Keep a professional, non-sexual, respectable, integrity, overall image of a resolute man. I've seen guys who don't express their sexuality at all, but all women chase them because they work hard and they have this honorable image that automatically attracts women. Listen, man, you got to live like this. What if you just had like a foursome or just an orgy, right? Like a sex fest. Imagine you did, maybe you didn't, and then walk into that office, right? You're gonna have a different energy about you because you're already satisfied. You've met your needs, right? Your balls are empty, your desires are gone. You're good, bro, right? You're good. And so when you walk in with that energy of already got it, it's already mine, it's already here, it doesn't matter what else the outside world gives you, right? Now, to be respected, obviously you have to have virtues and values. I would highly recommend you do the values in action quiz. I could send it in the adepts group just now. Hold on. So you are an adept, I can give you access. The strengths quiz will give you your top 3 strengths. Create a trinity symbolism from your top 3 strengths and move with it. Create a sigil around it, right? Like if your top strength is like, let's say, humor, creativity, and courage. What does humor look like in your mind? First thing, maybe a clown, okay, or whatever it is, like just a smiling face or a laughing face emoji, okay. Then you go into, okay, what does courage look like? Okay, courage is kind of like a sword, so it's like a person laughing holding a sword, right? Then what is the third one? The third one is, what did I say? Anyway, let's just say that it's justice or something, right? Justice is symbolized through the Libra scale. So it's a person holding a Libra scale on one hand and a sword on the other. And that's your imagery now to move through your strengths. Okay. You guys, if you want to redo this quiz, highly recommend it. Okay. By the way, I gave you guys the planetary energies today. Make sure you check that out. Okay. I've been listening to those ever since the beginning of this month. So it's been powerful, man. I've noticed various shifts in my reality as I've been tapping into it. And I was listening to it hours before the channeling, the last channeling for Zengif, right? Um, but yeah, you gotta get rid of like the feelings of like lust or like the hatred you have for your boss or employees or like these little like lower, like there are certain emotions that lower your consciousness, right, and make it more difficult for you to do what you need to do in order to remain productive, professional, authentic, respectable, backbone, like a pillar of a man, right, a pillar of light. It takes quite a bit to become a pillar of light, right? I don't think there's a lot of people that can carry that in different situations. It's like go through a breakup. Can you still be a pillar of light then? Okay. You go through maybe a very horrific situation where somebody backstabs you and you still remain light and know that you are light in those moments, right? So that's really empowering to understand. And Tantric Riz is all about this understanding that my charisma is God sent, right? I'm not trying to prove anything or try to do anything. It'll be handled. It's already handled, right? That's the energy. And you're moving forward from that, right? And so as you're going with that energy, there's a kind of a domino, like a snowballing effect as you pick up the energies of others and you add them to your mental narrative. Like when I see you guys, I don't see you guys just as adepts. I see kind of like your soul forms. Like I remember last month how we did light codes for all of you. That was pretty accurate, right? In terms of your guys's, I don't know, characters. I hope. Okay, I hope to think so. Um, Barros's one was awesome, right? Where he's like on a killer whale, like singing opera. That was fucking lit. Anyway, you gotta get over this idea that people are monitoring me. Okay. And understand that the only thing monitoring you is your higher self, okay? And all of your guides are just a composite of that higher self, right? So if you want to just tap into that God chakra energy, you just imagine, it comes down to your crown. You see it, you experience it, it gives you the downloads, installing. File encrypted, right? Then you got it, right? Um, I'm glad you're already getting downloads, bro, from days of joining the program. Awesome, man. The more a man is non-seductive, the more women chase the man. So it is better to be resolute and have integrity. Obviously, yeah. I mean, you don't want to. Again, the word seduction means to lead somebody astray. I ain't leading anybody astray, man. I'm fucking leading them into a better life. Or so my seduction is not even like taking them away from their. Bro, my path is so epic. There's bound to be women there, right? And experiences, and you know what I mean. So that's the kind of understanding that you wish to embody. You gotta embody. Okay. Villicini, I don't know what that means. It's just a bunch of letters. Okay. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. Why don't we have Ryan G on? Ryan G. I'm gonna make one of you guys Tetsuo. I'm gonna add you as moderator. Okay. Okay. Do people hate themselves because of social conditions? As we learned from our last channeling, we're socialized not to socialize. Okay. So, yeah, a lot of people do. Okay. A lot of people do. But do you want to buy into that paradigm, Aryaman? Like, do you personally believe that? You know, because that's going to say a lot, right? That's going to say a lot for you, about you. If you are receiving hate from the world, there's some self-hate secretly going on, you know? And if you are hating yourself, you got to look at the aspects of that you judge in others. What are the things that you look at in others and like, yeah, I don't know, man. That guy just needs to step it up, man. Like, what the fuck are you doing, right? That those things, it's like you got to understand that yes, it's coming from a place of love, and that's the reason why we want to really amplify it. But also, we take away from our own independent paths at times. It's almost like you have to merge all of the things in your life, man, right? It's like the moment you make this a weird lopsided thing of like a seesaw effect, right? My work has to suffer in order for my relationship to work. My relationship has to suffer in order for my work to be epic. In order for my this to be, you can do it all, man. And that's what we understood last month in Abundance August. You can have it all and do it all, but you got to have that burning desire, that fire within your belly that you want to activate. You want that solar plexus energy and move with it, you know? Yeah, that could, bro. Like you hate when people act like they know more than they do. Does that mean I know more than I do? Yeah, right. So that's an epic way of looking at it, right? And once you look through this mirror principle, right? Let's look at the mirror principle. It says Chat GPT. Okay, let's check that. Okay. So you guys know in psychology there's an aspect to mirroring, right? When you mirror somebody else or you mimic or reflect their behavior, their body language, their emotional state, their speech patterns, whatever it is, right? This subconsciously builds rapport, establishes trust, improves connection emotionally, and also just communication in general, okay? But also the emotional intelligence gets amplified and worked on, right? Subtlety is the key. Okay, mirroring shouldn't come off as mocking them or this weird kind of copycat thing or like an insincere. Gesture, it's like if they're going like this, you just kind of go close enough to that. So you might do this, right? So it's not like a mirroring, like you're just the moment their hand goes up, your hand goes up on the other side. You know, you're not like this is not like a puppet master thing, right? Mirroring body language and the mirror principle can be established even without speaking. Okay. So you got to use positive emotional cues. When someone is happy, when someone is excited, when someone is amplified, you can reflect that energy and even enhance that interaction. In this path working, we have this term called the vibe avalanche. What is the vibe avalanche? You know what an avalanche is, right? We're walking up a snowy mountain and then snow falls on top, or the mountain slides down, right? So the vibe avalanche, it actually just keeps the vibe keeps dripping down, right, from the mountain. So let's say that I kind of smirk a little bit. Person on the other side smirks a bit. And I smile. They smile. Then I start laughing. They start laughing. Okay. Then, curiosity. They get more curious. So this is the mirror print, right? Whatever you feel, they feel. This is the first rule of game, right? The first rule of social dynamics. Whatever you feel, they feel. So you got to really understand what you're feeling, man. You know, it's powerful because if you're like that person is a know-it-all, right? They think they know everything. It's like it's probably saying something about some internal thing that hasn't been processed yet, right? It's like a loop or a belief that hasn't been met, you know? It's an invisible belief still, or maybe it's translucent to you. You can kind of see it, right, Aryaman? That's like it's there, but now you want to like crystallize it, bring it in, right, and work with it, right? Right now, it seems like it's kind of at a distance. You got to bring that energy in and be like, if I could imagine the inner voice in my head as a character, who would that be? And then speak to that part of you. Okay. If you have fear in social interactions, make that fear look like somebody in your mind. Looks like Hagrid, some shit, right? Every time you interact or you feel that emotion, now you imagine it's being said by Hagrid, okay? Or whoever you chose, right? So you're like, I don't know. It seems that she is sitting around her family. I do not want to disturb her. I do not want to interrupt this glorious moment. I mean, I would be a little bit rude, would I not? Okay? But you hear it like that's an awful Hagrid impression, but um, hello, Harry, you know, or whatever. It's a different voice, right? And so you immediately what you do is you externalize that, right? You go, um, all right. Is that like when them old hunters used to say you have to act and think like the animal you want to hunt to understand its next move? Yeah, man. And actually in the channeling we saw lion tamers, right? The way that they're so able to match that animal's aura, right? In a sense. It's not trying to be like the lion. It's just like slowly merging, right? The vibe is avalanching. It's slowly dripping honey or molasses, right? It's allowing the thing to happen. So yeah. Um Understand that if you're looking from this paradigm of nature, nature doesn't look at worthiness, unworthiness, right? It doesn't look at all of these different false dichotomies and paradigms of, should I not? What if that's not gonna be right? Okay, it doesn't have that weird like social ego thing that we have, right? That it's based on pure instinct, right? It's based on pure instinct. And now with the priest beast, we can now have a way that we communicate with our dark side. You see? Yeah, until you make the unconscious conscious, it'll rule your life and you'll call it fate. My problem with this statement is why is my human body not evolved to know my unconscious like a computer self. Referral program. Okay. Well, anything that's unconscious, brother, is hidden, right? And so the data is still there, it's just in hiding. It's like, again, darkness is just not yet illuminated. It doesn't mean it's a bad thing, right? It's just it's just underneath the surface, right? Underneath the rubble. And your body is your subconscious mind. So if you're very overweight, if you're lanky and tall, if you have you know, you lean to one side all the time, or you like fucking, you know, start doing this with your feet, pop, 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 right? All of these different things are part of your archetype or your character structure. So we follow this method through Reich because he really created a model for us where we could get to the core wound or the core trauma very quickly. Very quickly. That's why we're peak performance shamans, right? We're a path working where it's like, boom. We want to get to the crux of it. What is really holding me back? Now, for me, I'm a schizoid archetype. I go up into my head, right? Also known as the unwanted. No, it's the needy. No, that's the oral archetype, not the unwanted child. Was it? I forget. It has another name for it, right? But that archetype, it made me realize that I need grounding more than ever. Right? These are great questions, man. Yeah. What is the subconscious significance of being overweight? You are trying to ground yourself through food. You are trying to find security and safety through consumption. Does that make sense? So you're eating and overeating because it makes you feel heavier and lower in your density, so you feel more connected to Earth. But it's a bad strategy because it's called enlightenment, not enheavyment, right? So I'm not fat shaming or whatever. I know YouTube has all these, like, they're so sensitive, bro. They have all these rules and laws and all this kind of stuff. And whoever's listening from YouTube, I get it. Okay. I'm not fat shaming. Okay. What I'm saying is this, your body clings on to the fat because it's emotionally stored there. It's like if you don't allow yourself to cry, you're going to get more overweight because you're holding on, you're enduring the pain, enduring the pain, enduring more pain, enduring more pain, enduring. Yeah, I'll just do it. I guess I'll just be nice. I'll just say yes to it. I guess it's fine. Yeah, oh, I have to do that again. I guess I should do it. And you keep doing that and you keep doing that. And you keep harboring more weight, harboring more weight, harboring more weight, right? And so after a while, you're just, a blimp. And so then you need to really understand that, okay, what am I really trying to achieve with this? Right? Or maybe you were just meant to be like it's some karmic thing, right? You're meant to be this fat badass dude who's like, I don't know, in the mafia or something. Like you create an archetype around your overweightness. If you are in that category or situation, you gotta own it, right? Yeah, I'm fat. I'll sit on you. Shut up, right? Whatever, bro. Yeah, I'm fat. I'll eat you. Okay. So you gotta own it. I have ADHD, so growing up, I used to get judged for doing weird things like how I self-internalized the rejection. Yeah. Yeah, brother. I have mild ADHD as well. And the way I've done it is I've reframed it as attention dialed into higher dimensions. Okay. And that's the way I want you to really perceive ADHD is that you are getting all of these downloads from another realm, from another dimension. Okay. And they're coming in and it's making your mind very unique in its nature. Okay. So it is making your mind very abstract and you can deal with the chaos and the randomness of the world. See, this is the thing. You can hyper focus, correct? When you love doing something, you can fucking tap into that, right? You have that hyper focus, ultra instinct. All ADHD people have this skill. It's a weird skill, right? It's a very powerful one too. My best way to deal with ADHD, bro, is just brown noise has been so helpful. Another thing that's been very helpful is just focusing, meditation, gamma waves, breath work. Um, what else did you say? Oh yeah, self-rejection. Internalize the rejection, right? So every rejection is a redirection, right, man? Like it's your higher self trying to protect you from something. So it didn't work out because you were meant to have something either greater or more advanced, or it's not aligning with your integrity or something like that, right? You have a belief that says you can't, or some self-sabotage that comes into the loop of the outcome, right? You have this outcome that you want, this result that you want, but then there's all these unconscious programs, right? Kind of just like stopping it or slowing it down or making it more sludgy, right? So the way you want to perceive rejection is NO, right? Next opportunity. This is not for me, right? It's a chemistry thing, but it could be a logistical thing. It could be a, time thing. It could be a, no, don't tell anybody. I really want to, but not right now thing. It could be a, you know what I mean? So it's like, don't take the rejection personally. That's where you start to really fear that judgment from others. You know what I mean? So if you're being the word weird, by the way, do you know what it means? The word origin? It means destiny. It means fate. Okay, mic drop. Okay. It's a word from, I think we got it from Odin, right? Very powerful, to understand that I'm not weird, I'm fated. You get what I mean? I'm congruent, I'm fated. I'm orfati, I love my fate, right? Whatever happens, I'm going to embrace it and embody it because truly my journey, right? My lifestyle, this is my movie. It's nobody else's. I've got to understand that, right? I listened to the Ego Dissolution Morphic Field by Dream Seeds. That helps, yep, undoing old ego clinging into unwanted self-concepts. And also join the Primal Sutra Telegram. Yeah, Aryaman, bro. Join the Telegram group. It's just it's the link in the description. Okay. We'd love to have you on there. We have channelings, free channelings every Monday. And today we have a podcast. So tap in for the podcast too. It's going to be my time. I believe it's 9:30 my time. Okay. So 9:30 p.m. my time. Okay. So whatever that is, like, oh, you're in India probably, right? Are you, man? So yeah, 9:30 p.m. I can send you the link. I'm gonna post the link on there on the Telegram. Okay. So join us today for our podcast, man. Awesome. And yeah, so basically, how is ADHD related to the present moment? That's a very good question. Hmm. Hold on 1 second. Seeing what this download is, I'm getting it from ChatGPT first, and then I'm going to tap into the actual core element of what it's trying to establish. 1 second. Hmm. So you do have hyper focus and flow, right? In ADHD. So you are going to be more present on tasks that you actually enjoy and that you resonate with. Now, the best things that I've found is some kind of movement practices, bro. If you're up in the head, like I'm up in the head quite a bit, I gotta be in my body, even if it's just like jumping jacks, bro. Even if it's just, going around the park, even if it's doing ortbosh, as we say in Bengali, right? Like fucking sit-ups or push-ups or squats, right? Um, ortbosh means up down, so it's like squats, right? Probably something I should be saying with Bengali girls, yeah. Oj bosh, oj bosh. All right, so let's get started to kind of break this down, okay? So let's look at this diagram. We were talking about the heroes Gamos a little while ago, God and goddess, okay? Meeting, merging, internal union, internal holy grail activation, internal pineal gland awakening, okay? I have this guy's book. What was it called, man? Is this it? No. I'm gonna just check scribed 1 second, guys. Mm, hopefully I can share something from this book. Book of Wisdom. You guys know what I'm talking about? Ah, found it. Revival. I hope this is the one. Okay, it's downloaded. Okay, so I give credit to this particular person because they've done a lot of work with this and actually broken it down properly. But this is really, really key and important, right? Because he mentions a lot of proper ways to be able to actually tap into this, and you'll understand a lot through this, okay? It's just going to simplify everything, okay? So share. Okay, so you guys can see this, yes? Okay, so in this part, it's talking about the Christ oil. Now, what I think is really interesting is that the brain is the upper room where Jesus meets the 12 disciples and the cranial nerves, right? Very interesting because this is, again, land of milk and honey is basically our internal, that amrita, right? That flow of that fluid, right? That goes up to our brain that adds, gives us energy. We are the Kundalini kings and queens when we can manage this energy, okay? This seems like a midbrain, the cross, right? And we're seeing all these overlaps. Now, as we move through this, we can start to understand, Jacob's ladder, for instance, right? Is your spine. It's the spine all the way up. This is the ladder. So you're climbing the spine, okay? I do a lot of movements to undulate my spine because I've got to, as a Kundalini practitioner, as a person who uses this Tantric Rizz in my life and my lifestyle, I've got to start moving my spine and undulating it, okay? Back and forth, weaving and waving, okay? And today, I actually did the Naga Mudra, which is this, essentially. I was doing this in the gym today. And this one trainer was looking at me, he's like, that guy's probably deep in his sadhana or something like that, I was like, probably, bro, you know? All right, so anyway, yeah, mind, body, soul. Okay, Vishnu's the mind, Shiva's the body, or the subconscious. You could say the soma. Uh, the Brahma is the soul, right? So it's like the spark, the God spark that you have infinite energy from the soul. Okay, you never get drained from the soul, right? The soul is just it's there. It's life force. It's creative, right? So the Rajasic kind of Brahma energy, the Tamasic Shiva energy, and then the Vishnu being the bridge, right? The Sattva, the integrity that you're talking about, Tetsuo, right? The internal management, Vishnu's like the preserver of this thing, right? And we're all in his dream, apparently. So the mind is the serpent because serpents symbolize knowledge and that connects the soul to the body. And this is why the mind is in the middle. It projects the soul into the reality we choose to experience. Okay. We've heard of this as within, so without. Skipping through some of this stuff. Astral projection. Okay. He spelled chakras wrong, but that's okay. Chakaras. Okay. Chakara. Or maybe he's spelling it like that. Like, yeah, he spelled it like that throughout. He's calling it an actual chakara. 7 seals. Yeah, this is a good way to look at it. So earth, water, air, fire, air, right? We have the 4 elements here. And then spirit, and this is interesting, right? Because India has this as the center of its flag. I've always understood that this dharmic wheel, this kind of is a very interesting symbolism. And I also think it has a symbolism in the occult or alchemy. This wheel symbolism, there's something to this. We have to still explore that. Maybe some of the adepts can help us geek out, okay, with this. So here you go. This is how do you know that you're passing through the chakras? Okay, this is what I wanted to cover. So in the root, you're going to have to let go of the fear. Mainly, it's the fear of survival, the fear of death. So if you get very stuck in the mind, your survival and your needs are not getting met. Okay? Your ability to survive and the needs that you have are not getting met. So the moment you either get almost punched in the face through mixed martial arts, it puts you into a zone where you're like, I can't handle this. Get me the fuck out of here. I'm going into my happy place. Right? And when you feel that you have a fear of death, you won't be able to astral project because you need to overcome that in order to actually tap into and remote view and have all these things, okay? These experiences. So you will actually need to transcend and let go of that. Now, a lot of humanity is stuck here, right? They never feel stable with anything. They don't feel secure with anything. They're constantly moving from one thing to another thing. And there's not that groundedness, right? And so the root chakra really helps us with our groundedness and connecting to this physical plane, to the I am, right? It's to that boom, right? That essence that is awakening through this point, right? So stability is really your ability to make yourself survive and also embrace your core needs. Okay, there's 6 core needs according to Tony Robbins, but for me, it's variety over certainty. I love to be various, flowing, changing, shifting. Okay, which is a quality that I love in seeing in women. I don't want a girl who's like the same. I don't think any woman is the same, too. It's like, they're always shifting. You guys are shapeshifters, right? Shout out to all of the tribe, man. Shout out to Flame, who's been posting videos, and Ashe. And yeah, a lot of just the feminine tribe on Primal Sutra as well. Have been chiming in, tapping in, slowly getting epiphanies, downloads, understanding what this is about, slowly. The Fae cult is slowly forming, okay? All the fairies from around the world, I'm calling you forth, okay? I summon you to watch this video today. Let's go. Hey, any Fae in the comments? Comment down below. Let us know where you're at, where you are, okay? We all want to know, because we all will need to learn from you. That is why you are the bridge between heaven and hell, okay? All right, next we have the sacral. Okay, you will no longer have a lust or a desire for sex. Okay, you got to get rid of your lust, bro. This was a big thing with me because I worked with an actual lust demon, right? Asmodeus. I had to go through the process of using Padmasambhava's help to confront this demon, work with him, and he's a blast, bro. He's like the fuck boy of the cosmos, right? That he really has a very powerful energy to him, and he's hilarious. But I also understand where he kind of distracts me or tempts me in a different way, right? To really amplify my own ego, right? But hey, bro, your personality That's angelic, right? Because your soul personality, I'm saying, not the personality of the persona, right? The mask, but like the personal reality from the personality, right? So you've got to get rid of this desire, this lust, like I need her, I must have her, I need the food, I need the sex, I need the, I need the art to feel okay. Okay. This is where when you have a messed up sacral, you get hypersensitive, hyper emotional. And if you have this too less, you just feel dry and rigid and fucking, you don't feel like opening up or being playful in any sense, and just connecting with others. You just kind of feel like you're in your own world. And I'm a sacral chakra path. Okay, guys. So this is something that I really have leaned into, man. Like it's a huge one. The sacral chakra for me has been a huge journey. Okay, a lot of challenges, but a lot of attunements, a lot of initiations. Okay, and I will keep going and furthering along. Hey, hopefully social September. Let's all start to get laid, man. Let's fucking do this shit, right? Let's actually go out and do this shit because enough is enough. That shyness is a farce. It's a comedy, actually, to me, and it's not real. Because why would a God spark, someone with gnosis, be shy? No, they just feel different from this world, right? Once you feel similar, once you feel tapped in, wired in, that hey, people are acknowledging me. I'm actually learning something here. I'm moving with this energy. Come on, let's go, right? And so, oh yeah, the solar, so no longer desiring for food. This is tough, man. And this is why for the solar plexus, fasting, right? Such a good way to take away your craving for food. I used to be obsessed with certain kinds of food that I had to drop. I had to let go. One of them being Nutella. I told you guys a lot about this. I used to be obsessed with that thing until I rewired it, right? I actually let go of the desire, reframed it. Of course, thank you to a lot of my guides who helped me with that process, okay? Again, I couldn't have done any of this stuff without their help and their support, okay? So they're helping in the background, in different ways. The heart, by the way, interesting note, in the sacral, Shiv Kamasmadeva, right? So Shiva is the bridge between Kamadeva and Asmadeva or Asmodeus, the lust, the dark side, right? But there's a dark side, but then in the Hindu context, there's Kamadeva, right? The god of love, the god of pleasure, right? So he is more of the light side of that. And Shiva, who is neutral point, who is zero, Shunyata, is the bridge. So it's Shiv Kamasmadeva, right? And that's a term, that's a download that I had received, and I have a video on that if you want to break it down any further. Anyway, moving on. No longer hate anything or anyone. Okay. In the heart chakra. Do you still hold hate and resentment? Resentment is the death of good relationships, right? Do you harvest things and hold them in internally, right? Maradhya Purushottam, subliminal by Zero and subs is one of the most powerful. Wow, I'll check that out, man. That's really dope. Can you confirm this statement? Every rhythm and patterns. Uh, one second, guys. Let me just move this so I can see the comments as well as the screen. Okay. Let me reread that now. Every rhythm and pattern seen in any manifestation of art within human experience follows and mirrors the exact rhythms and patterns that lead to the female orgasm. Can I confirm that statement? Yes. Yes, it's spawned though, bro. It's the pattern of the universe, actually, right? And by the way, if you want to make women orgasm, you got to read this book, bro, called She Comes First. It's a very powerful understanding. You've underrated the clitoris, right? Underrated completely. That's all I'm going to say on that. Every pattern and rhythm seen in the manifestation of art within the human experience follows and mirrors the same rhythms and patterns that lead to a female orgasm. It's the upward spiral, right? It's the crescendo. I mean, a craving for orgasm is just a craving for oneness, you know, just a craving for God. What are you really doing when you're having sex, right? You're losing your mind, right? You're not thinking about anything else when you've orgasmed. Zero thoughts, right? God spark, God mind. Okay. So that's the thing, right? Really important. And Tetsuo says you literally embody a fragment of Bhagwan Ram's energy signature. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you. Okay, let's move on. So the throat, okay? The throat is no longer holding yourself back to expressing yourself. So if you have a difficulty in saying what you truly mean, right? This is for all you throat chakra path workings, guys. Say it with me. Speak my raw, honest, compassionate, motherfucking inner truth. Let's go. Okay. So you have to express yourself. Okay. You have to put yourself out there. You have to allow yourself to make mistakes in this thing. Okay. It's a missed take in the movie, right? A mistake is a missed take. Take one, take two, right? It doesn't matter. A mistake is a missed take. The take is still going. Act one, act two, act. Now it's like act, I don't know, 157 or something, right? Scene four, let's go. Okay. So you have to express yourself because the moment you hide your feelings and hold it in and harvest it like some kind of a, you're trying to hoard it, hold on to all of these things that you know and all this information you're keeping in the back of your mind. And you're like, I will curate this only towards the exclusive. Hey, I'm the gatekeeper, man, right? I am related to the Uncle Makara's energy, and I know that this is such an important aspect of the throat and the sacral, because this is what charisma or Rizz yoga is going to do for you guys. As I make this yoga procedure for you guys, it's basically Rizz yoga. And I don't think we've ever got that concept before, actually. Okay. What are you doing? This is Rizz yoga, bro. It helps me tap into my Rizz. Okay. So the visualization through that practice, or Vajra Dragon Yoga, we call it, is basically going from sacral, okay, that sexual energy, that creative energy, going up to the throat. Ah, okay. You know when when you send a voice message and it's like just perfect and you're like, damn girl, like fucking incredible right now. You see what I did with my tone manipulation, right? So what's really important to understand is that you have this depth, this darkness, this kind of energy sitting in the back like a container, waiting for you to tap into that auric, activation in a way. Putting your phone down, drinking some tea, coffee, just get a blanket, get everything, and then just, you know what you remind me of? I saw a cute little squirrel in the park and it was doing these crystal grids, like it was collecting acorns, like it was a crystal grid meditation, girl. Reminded me of you. Stay up, stay shining. Voice message. Okay. But there's something about that that connects my sacral, right, to my throat. Right. I remember this girl I was dating once. She said she found one of my videos, right? And she was essentially she's saying like, damn, your voice is really sexy. Like, and I watched your video on how to have a sexier voice or whatever, right? Like a while back. And that was kind of trippy to me. Also, what was really trippy is when I was cutting my hair, right? In the beginning of this month, the guy was like, do I know you from somewhere? Like, are you in like, do you have a YouTube channel? Right? And they probably confuse me with someone else. That's what I was thinking. But again, it's like a lot of people have seen my face somewhere. It's bizarre to me, bro. Like a lot of people have actually seen my face in all of these various locations, different instances, like even like random relatives I have no idea about. They know, oh yeah, he makes these videos. Yeah. Like people know about it. And I'm just like, what? Bro, I'm just doing this, It's my life, but it's like that's interesting to me, right? Anyway, let's move on a little bit sidetracked. Let's not have too many side quests. Third eye, okay? Having the ability to read people's energy, intuition, astral projection, okay? So some of you guys have third eyes wide awake, wide open, okay? But it's the conditioning and the blockage of the actual pushing it down, suppressing that intuition, right? Being like, that's not my higher self, bro. That's because of my trauma or whatever. You're confusing two things together, right? You're confusing ego with downloads. You're confusing mindset with something somebody told you. You guys get this? So you have to get really clear. When you have the third eye, by the way, some turmeric. I don't know if you have turmeric where you're at, some of you guys. Um, turmeric, if you can have it, can just put it over your third eye, right? Before you sleep. And that's going to activate your third eye. It's very powerful. Sean says, what the hell? Even the first time I feel like I saw you somewhere. Yeah, bro. The fuck is going on here, right? Bro, I recently found out my name means if you type in Sumeda, which is my name with an A at the end, it means future Buddha. That tripped me out because it made my ego go, ooh, but then I got humbled real quick when I realized how much fucking responsibility I have, holy shit, right? To be able to move this energy in this tribe and also being connected to my father's Kadampa lineage and so forth, right? It's a big responsibility, but again, it's not it's a response ability. It is my ability to respond to what it is. But good, man, Hassan, that's good confirmation for me at least. Uh, thank you for sharing that, bro. Gives me kind of a strange validation from that. I don't know why. Okay, so the last one we have is the crown. So the crown is very difficult for a lot of practitioners to really achieve because you're at one with everything, right? It's no negative traits, no ego, no hate, no desire for material things, no attachment to anything, right? It's like if you ever watched Avatar: The Last Airbenders, where Aang met Guru Pitka. You guys know that scene, right? And should we share that? Should we share that scene? I think we should share that scene to end. Okay. Um, is it this one? Yes. I think I made a video like this once, but I think YouTube didn't allow me to share it, so I don't know how I'm gonna share this without it getting copyrighted. But anyway, whatever. I'm not monetizing any of these, so it's fine. Let's go. Upward spiral. I'm gonna speed it up just because, okay? Just because. In order to master. Oh, what? I can't hear it. Hold on. That's strange. The avatar state. Weird. Why can't I hear it? You must open all the chakras. And tell me everything you know about chakras. What are chakras? Very strange. Oh, I'm on Zoom audio. Okay. Is this what? With the basics. This is weird, man. I don't know why I'm not being able to hear it. It's maybe some sound thing here. Um, But anyway, let's go through this anyway. I'm just going to mute it. So he says, first we'll look at the earth chakra located at the base of the spine. He says, what are you most afraid of, right? As we just discussed. Let your fears flow down your cheek. You're concerned with survival. You must surrender these fears, okay? This is a scene which actually teaches you the chakra process, right? Okay, next, it deals with pleasures blocked by guilt. You guys get this? Okay, guilt is a result of your actions that you've taken. So you feel guilty for something that you've done. You need to let that go, okay? You let that go. What do you blame yourself for? All the prompts are here, right? Okay. Moving through. Anyway, watch this in your own time, guys, okay? I just don't want to go too much into this. The greatest illusion, here we go. The sixth one. Open the chakra of truth. The light chakra, center of the forehead. So third eye. Just like the four nations, we are all one people. Everything is divided. We're all connected. Everything is connected. That's right. All right. Four parts of the same whole. Even metal is just part of the earth that has been purified. Wow. This is the avatar state, the crown. Okay. Having complete control of your actions. That's wild. Meditate on what attaches you to this world. And he's thinking about a girl, right? He's thinking about Kira. I mean, Katara, my bad. Why would I choose cosmic energy over Katara? You must learn to let go. Surrender yourself. This is the most difficult one, right? Not a lot of people can access this avatar state, but it's powerful. I mean, this is an anime, but it's still teaching you, you know? It's powerful. It's using actual legit concepts. And I love the way Guru Bitka sounds, okay? Amazing. Bro, this cartoon right here. Yeah, man. I swear. Such a powerful one, right? Such a powerful one. I think that this scene, I mean, it's just incredible, you know? It's incredible. Grammar's here. Awesome. Good. Any questions, guys? Anything coming up as I shared this? Because even Sadhguru is like, you can't open your crown. You'll die or whatever. Okay. Nobody can open their crown. What do you guys think? Right. Let me know in the comments. And yeah, back to this topic of you are the movie, right? So you got to understand, look, you are that pure awareness and that consciousness. You're the movie projector. It's projecting out from your root mind, your heart. Your heart, by the way, is so intelligent, right? So many neurons firing there, or creating that sync, right, with the brain. So you are the movie projector. Because through the heart chakra, all becomes one, and you have a choice point every single day. Okay. And it's fear versus love or courage. Okay. Fear or love and courage. So you have to encourage yourself to move through this thing. Okay. Enjoy yourself. Have fun with it. It's silly, right? Silly. This is all an illusion. This is all a game, but I'm going to have fun with it. I'm going to learn how to adapt and get results in the physical world using my metaphysical wisdom, right? And that's what we're here to do as shamans, and peak performance shamans specifically, right? what was that guy's name? Nicolas Cage, right? You guys know Nicolas Cage? Nicolas Cage had this term, man. Oh, I think I can pull it up actually. Um, this is really describing it. And I think the movie is called, was it Ghost Rider? Hold on, there's this weird ad. Second. Okay, here we go. Speed this up. One second, guys. Let me play this through speakers. Let me see if this works. Can you guys still hear me? Yes. Sakurin is a track DMT. Yeah, that's funny. Um, can you guys still hear me? Yes. Okay.
Right. That correct? Yeah. What are the core principles? Now, I've been told
Okay.
that
developed an acting discipline that you've referred to as nouveau shamanic. Is
right.
that correct?
Yeah.
What are the core principles?
I've been told that all actors really hail from the early medicine.
Okay, let's see the subtitles that way. Okay, let's just go through it. You refer to as nouveau shamanic.
Yeah.
What are the core principles?
I've been told that
I've been
all
told
actors
that
really
all
hail
actors
from the early
really
medicine
hail
men
from
and
the
the
early
shamans in the
medicine
villages
men and
pre-Christianity,
the
where they would put on
shamans in the villages pre-Christianity, right? Where they would put on
masks and
masks
act out, and really what they were probably pretty crazy, but they
and
would
they
go
would act out.
villages pre-Christianity where they would put on masks and
masks
act out, and really what they were
act
probably
out.
pretty crazy, but they
And
would
really,
go
they're
in and
probably
find answers to
pretty
questions.
crazy, and they'd go
Today
in
you're called
and
psychotic if you
find
do
answers to questions. Today
that.
you're called
But
psychotic
it's all
if you do that.
it's all semantics.
It's all
So what I would do is I
semantics.
put on
So what I
Afro-Caribbean
would do is
paint, like a
put
white
on
and
Afro-Caribbean
black
paint,
paint,
like
and
a
black out
white
my
and
eyes.
black
So I look like this
paint
sort of
and black out
Afro-Caribbean
of my
voodoo
eyes, so I look
icon.
this sort of
And then I
Afro-Caribbean
would sew in bits
voodoo
of
icon.
Egyptian
And then I would sew in
artifacts
bits
that were
of
thousands of
Egyptian
years old
artifacts that were
into my
thousands
costume,
of
and
years
gather some
old into
onyx
my
or tourmaline or
costume,
something that was
and gather some
meant to
onyx or
have vibrations,
tourmaline
and
or
who
something
knows
that
if
was
it
meant
works
to
or
have
doesn't.
vibrations, and who
But for
knows
me,
if
it
it
was an
works
idea
or
of like trying
doesn't.
to stimulate
But for me, it was an
my
idea
mind, or
of
trick
like trying to
my
stimulate
mind
my
into
mind or
believing I was
trick my
this
mind
character
into
from another
believing
dimension.
that
I would
I
walk
was this character from another dimension. Okay? That's wild. That's so wild.
on the set and then wouldn't speak to anybody, wouldn't say a word. So I projected this aura of horror, which created fear in my fellow actor. A word, so I projected this
And then I wouldn't speak to anybody, wouldn't say a word,
aura
so I
of
projected this
horror,
aura of
which created fear
horror,
in my fellow
which
actors,
just
which then
created
inspired
fear
me
in
to
my
believe I really
fellow
was this
actors,
character.
which then inspired me to believe I was really this character.
Exciting. I'd love to be on set with you.
Yeah.
Double audio. Okay. What about now? Can you guys hear me now? Okay, it's good now. Cool. So yeah, what I was saying is that the thing is, it's called nouveau shamanic, right? His acting style. So he said he got inspired by the early medicine men and medicine women, right? And he said that it's I mean, generally people will call that psychotic, but it's all semantic. So I put on this paint, I did this thing, right? I put on my costume, you know, I did all that was necessary. So I want you to think about this, right? Really think about this, because when I hold the Vajra and I look at this and I really embrace into that understanding, right? I'll use it differently when I'm using this as an image. Okay. So all of the artifacts, jewelry, whatever that you wear, again, I got a download for the Ankh Atlantean codes, okay, coming through, because I think they used it as some kind of a device Okay, it was used as a device or transmutation or something. We have yet to explore that. Actually, let's figure it out. Is the Ankh a device? Open gates to the afterlife. It's yep. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. It represents this life, the afterlife, an eternal life. So it represents air, water, and the sun, which are meant to provide and preserve life in ancient Egypt. It's shaped like a key, right? It's open the gates of the other world. Okay. So it's not necessarily that the symbol of the dead, okay, though it has been used for that. I use it more so as a symbol of rebirth for myself because, again, it's like understanding that I'm carrying a key that will unlock something, right? So you're nouveau shamanic, right? You're modern with your shamanism. So you were like trying to be Ghost Rider or whatever. And you had this Afro-Caribbean pain, this black tourmaline crystal, and you're looking at yourself and speaking in tongues in the mirror, and you're doing all this inner work, and then you go out to a venue. Now you're like, whoa, who's that mysterious shamanic person sitting at again? But this one, he mentioned that people around him felt horror and terror. Okay, so you got to really be like, okay, let me choose the emotional states of characters that I really wish to embody, right? Don't make yourself like, I don't know, some weird dark being and just constantly like focus on them. You're going to be dark. You're going to be edgy, like edge lording all over the place, you know? You're going to take on those attributes and qualities, okay? So it's very important that you reflect on what are the areas that I most need to attune, right? For my character. And my characters, you see, psychology is ego creation. It helps you individuate the ego. You need a good enough character in this video game to let it go and transcend it as you can. Then you start to contribute with that character avatar. Once you've reached avatar state, you can then give back and lift others up to your state, to your frame. So you're pulling others up to your frame of reality. You're not constantly sinking down to match theirs, right? This is the energy that we started to explore this month. Now, as long as you push yourself to socialize at least once a day, this week, this month, okay, you're good. But make it slightly out of your comfort zone, okay? Push the boundaries a little bit. Shock your system awake. Get rejected on purpose, right? Seriously. Because why? Then you resist the you remove the resistance to the resistance. By doing that, you purposefully go out of your way to get rejected. You notice how well it works. What the fuck? Okay. Are you serious? I went in there to say something atrocious and then walk away, and that worked. Yes, you're going to realize that actually, because you've now taken away this weird agenda in your mind. This interaction must, I have these high expectations of this interaction with this one woman that I see from my work. No, you don't. Okay. You're just like in your own tsunami wave, and then she sees you doing your thing, right? And she's like, I want to drown with you. Okay. So that's bam. Falling in love, right? That fucking song. Put me into the zone. You know how Osho says, I do not want to be well liked. I'm notorious. So if you do not want to be like me, you shouldn't follow me, right? Or whatever he said, right? I'm notorious, right? I love that, bro, because he's owning it, right? Dang, so powerful, such a powerful shifter of worlds, of energy. I don't think people understood him. I think he was honestly a glitch in this reality. And we have a list of gurus in our adepts. I sent it to all adepts, so go check that out. Um, go check out those gurus. Okay, a few of them, Shunyamurti, and I'll name one more, Guru Pashupati. Okay, those two, very good. Dio is a great YouTube channel as well. I don't consider him a guru, but then there's kind of like anti-guru gurus like Rajat Chaudhry and him, that I think are very powerful, you know. But I'll resonate with what I resonate with. Now, if you really want your mind fucked up, tapped in completely to your spiritual nature, Nisargadatta Maharaja's I Am That. Have you guys ever heard that? If you do, it'll fuck you up, bro. I couldn't sleep for a week because I was so wired in to those downloads and understandings that I didn't know what was happening. Okay. What I did was I just listened to an audiobook version of that on YouTube, right? I had it playing. And within 2 days of just listening to that, my entire worldview had shifted. My purview or the way that I sense reality shifted. And I got this instant like connection to the spiritual world almost in a weird way. It was a very interesting down. I think Madhusudana or Za, if you know about him, he had talked about that on his channel as well, that was a big reason for his awakening. Okay, so this is an important tech. Okay, you might be wondering, how do you spell that? Let me just look it up. Here we go. Is this all the chapters? Chapters 1 to 10. Look at these. Okay, so these comments are saying, if I were to be stranded on an island and I only had one book, it would be this. Okay.
Before anything can come in.
Weird thing happening with sound today, but anyway.
Into being, there must be.
Can you guys hear this? I can't. Anyway, check it out in your own time, okay? Check it out. Are there any female gurus? Yes, absolutely. Claudia, you need to follow, what's that woman's name? I forget her name, but she has some amazing downloads I can give you. In terms of YouTubers or spiritual YouTubers I can give you, I have a few of them that you like, and I like a lot. Anna Brown, okay, is a modern day way shower, and the way that she speaks is very similar to the simplicity of knowing you are that, right? And listening to her, if you just go to any of her sanghas, listen to her, you will start to get massive downloads from her, which is interesting. The girl I lost my virginity to, also named Anna, right? Anna is a weird, like, kind of a matrix conundrum, like, you know, what do you call it? Monkey wrench in my life, like a fucking, like, you know, a strange conundrum. Because it's like it's the same backwards and forwards, right? There's something weird to that energy. But anyway, Anna Brown, The Alchemist on YouTube. I love Gigi Young. I love there's some other ones that have really give me epiphanies. Hold on. I'm trying to find her name. 1 second. I might find it. Zangief, please help us. Hmm. Look up Sri Dayamata. Sri Sarada Devi. Sri Mataji Devi. Mother Meera is good. Meera. Ananda Mayima. Is that her? Hold on. This is one if I find her again, man, I'm gonna send it to you, but Anandamaya Ma, I think her name is Anandamaya Ma. Saint. Yes. I think we found her. Very trippy Kali energy, yo. I think you're gonna like her, Claudia. Ananda, Ananda, like happiness, bliss. Mayi, so Mayi, and then Ma. Okay. But yeah, there's a lot of female gurus out there too. I just don't mention them that much, but yeah, I listen to a variety of, practitioners. One thing that I've noticed is what heals my anima is just to watch female YouTubers or like just women in general and just natural ground to that energy and that understanding of that energy. And then sometimes I'll find like a gold nugget of like a channel that comes through when you set that intention, right? So if you set the intention like I want to find things like this, you'll be surprised. It's like the universe has an algorithm or something and it picks up that algorithm, right? And gives you exactly what you need during that time. So very powerful downloads. What about Etienne Charland? He's a male one. I don't know. I haven't heard about him, bro. Um, Etienne Charland. Let me just check. Um, he might have some cool stuff. I'm not denying that, but I don't know. I'm just hearing him for the first time, so I don't know. Uh, Book is Mystical Kabbalah Dion Fortune. What's that referring to? Oh yeah, the Wizard Liz. Yeah. Wizard Liz is very triggering. Courtine Clark, Gabby Kovalenko. Cool. Okay. Cool, cool. And ooh, you know who I love? Stephanie. What's her name? Samba knows who I'm talking about. I've done some healing work with her. She cleared my Kundalini uh once. All right, I'll check it out later. Cool, guys. Any other questions? Anything coming up for either of you? Okay. Otherwise, I'm just gonna kind of wrap up and see whatever downloads come up. Okay. Cool. By the way, hand and feet chakras also kind of interesting. Okay. Thumb is usually, I believe, solar plexus. This is like heart. This is the middle finger is the throat chakra, right? Think about that, right? The etheric root chakra. Sacral is the pinky. So, and the crown is right here, and the third eye is right below it. Okay. So just massaging along. That's why people, they sometimes massage along this. We do this one, right, to release some energy sometimes. And yeah, I mean, the same applies to the feet. So like your big toe is the solar plexus, I know. The second toe is heart chakra. Third one is throat chakra, and last one is the same, like the third eye is the fourth, and then the pinky toe is like sacral again. So, and the bottom of the feet is like let's say this is your foot. The bottom foot, like this part, is the root, and this one, the center of the foot, is the crown. Okay, and again, it connects you in reflexology. It connects you to all the organs and so forth. Right, it's very powerful stuff. Just understand, right? The lower chakras are hell. Heart afterwards is heavy. It's just earth, right? Emotional body. So they have the physical body, right? First three chakras. That's the reptilian, technically Satan, right? Satan, Jesus is the heart, right? So as we raise into our divinity, into our awakening, right? Do you guys see that post? Picture of Jesus, Buddha, and Shiva, and it's like these were individuals that were tapped in, right? On our Primal Sutra Instagram, right? Go check that. Go like those posts, man. Give us some support. All right, share it with somebody in need. Someone's lacking in these spiritual memes, bro. Someone needs more priest beast in their life. Just share it, right? Put on your story. We'll shout you out. Why not? If you have Instagram, that is. Okay. Go follow Primal Sutra. Okay. Higher brain, metaphorical world. Limbic brain, emotional, social. Reptilian brain, fight or flight, survival. Right. So the eye of Horus, right? The inner bird. Horus is the sun, it's a soul or soul. So you are an eternal soul or an eternal sun. You are actually a solar being. And you have the single eye, which I have right here, tattoo, Horus eye. And I work extensively with Horus. He's connected to my third eye. And he actually, I mean, technically he also is connected to the third eye with, you know, with my path work. I mean, in general, right? The pineal gland and so forth. It looks like the pineal and all of that stuff. 22 bones in the skull, 22 Hebrew letters. Plato's aspect is like fire is sharpness, thinness, movement. Earth is dullness, thickness, rest. Air is thinness, movement, dullness. And water is dullness, thickness, movement. Okay. So he has a different way of describing the elements. And of course, the Freemasons. Man, the checkered board, okay, symbolizing all dualities within this reality. Okay, the 5-pointed star that they use is a pentacle, so that's like they use that as the spirit on the top point because that's the most important element. Then you have the 7 stars, like, you know, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Venus, Mercury, Moon, right? These are like the 7 planets, but they're technically 7 stars. That's the way they look at it. They call the G of the Masonic compass, it's the Polaris, or the all-seeing eye. And then it's basically it's like a protractor, right? And like a measuring ruler, right? And so, again, it combines all sun, moon, black sun, okay? And they figured out a lot of this depth, right? The Tibetans know of this, the Hebrews know, the Chinese know of this, Islam knows of this. A lot of the pagan religions, they kind of know of these understandings, but it's like we have to understand that we embody both good and bad, right? This is why Earth is an anagram for the heart, because if it wasn't for the energy of the heart space, I don't think how Earth could be able to survive, right, for millennia and decades, okay? Now, I'm not gone so far into the flat Earth, okay? I'm not really into that, but your thoughts on astrology, is there any room for that? Yeah, brother, but simplify, okay? Am I in India or US? I'm in India. Open. We need more feminine energies in this group. This way it balances out. Absolutely. Absolutely, we do. But again, now you made the call, Tetsuo, and then now it's like it's in the ether, right? It's in the matrix. Some chicas watching this right now going, shit. Okay. Gotta learn that Tantric Rizz. Let's sign up for the fake cults. Okay, let's go. Calling all Fae, calling all Fae. Okay. Well, that's not fair. Ryan G has a say in it too. Calling all sirens. Okay. Astrology is there room for that? Listen, man, you got to simplify it. On our path working, we're all about simplicity and using it, right? So use the planetary hours, use your birth cards and tarot, use your, all of these are just different maps, but you got to simplify it and move it along, right? So if you know basics about astrology, yes, it is very good and it can amplify everything, especially numerology too is a very good thing to know, okay? Because you're always going to refine it. Like every day is refined for me as I understand this more and more, right? Today's a 4 day, so it's all about being organized. So I had to organize myself this morning as I went to the gym, and then now it's like I'm organized with this video, and it's all about the 4 energy is all about that law and order, right? Orderliness of this. So yeah, astrology, numerology, all that is great, man. All that is so powerful. And bro, I sound like I'm from California, though. I can understand why you would think that I'm in the US, right? Because I don't talk like every other Indian, right? Even though I can, like, I don't. It's like, hi, this is Steve, and he's from like Gujarat or some shit, right? But anyway, all right, man. Awesome. This was an awesome lesson, lecture, whatever you want to call these, right? Live stream. I hope you have an incredible rest of your day, guys. Stay crushing it. Okay. Be social, be friendly with people, be open, be warm, be in your heart, right? Be in your heart. Call more Muslims to get that. Get what, brother? We have a few Muslims in the adepts. We have Feras. We have Ryan G is technically Muslim. Okay. So we mix all pantheons, all path workings, man. We're the new age shamans and the shit. We're recreating it all, right? We're not here to play the game, we're here to change the game. Let's get it. Upward Spiral Gang, may we never be the same again. We are the middle path. We are Primal Sutra. Let's get it. We are the Jeet Kune Do of spirituality. That's right. Stay tapped in, stay in the zone. Be like water, my friends. Let's fucking go. Osa.